is Schyler Schneck, and I'm a member of St. John's Lutheran Church. I love this church. This church has been with me my whole life. Everyone here has always been so kind to me, even throughout the roughest patches of my life. Or even some days when I don't want to go to church, my aunt and my family really push me to be close with God and close with my faith. And I know that's how a lot of the confirmation students feel. They're like, I don't really want to go to church. But it's always either a parent or a friend that pushes them to be closer with God. And I think that's a really good thing. And the people who brought me closer with God was Jamie, Pastor Scott, Alana, Brooke, Ava, Cassidy, my aunt, my grandpa, and my little sister. They were a big part of why I would always come to church, because I was always nervous. I wouldn't have anyone to talk to, especially if they weren't there. But then realizing that I'm not going to always have those people in my life to push me to do my best in my faith really makes me want to do better, to make them proud. I've been a part of everything in the church. I've done Mad Camp, Sunday school, choir since I was first grade. The only time I ever missed choir was COVID year. And then I also been very active in confirmation. I've always gone to the lock-ins and the retreat. I love the retreat. I think it's the best thing to do at this church. I love having everyone just together and learning about each other and learning different ways to get closer with God, and all our little conversations during it. I think they're really fun. I also like how it's always out in nature. I don't like being confined in one room and trying to talk about something. When we're all walking around and doing something together, I feel it brings me closer with God, especially being outside. I love seeing God in nature and everything. It makes me very feel very put together in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's I feel very put together. I also really like our lock-in. I think that's really fun. I think the youth really comes together in that, because everyone, I feel when it's actual confirmation class, they're kind of oh my gosh, I have to learn. But you also learn at the lock-in. You learn on the confirmation retreat, but it's more not in a more fun setting, but kind of you don't realize you're learning about God. I also love the children's sermons during the church services. I think that's a good way to bring the youth in. Also, I love how everyone's so inclusive in this church. I feel it's one thing I do talk about a lot. When I'm outside of church, I'll always be you guys should come to my church. It's really inclusive. Everyone's going to be so nice to you. Everyone's going to be very welcoming, because a lot of my friends, they don't necessarily go to church, and when they were oh, I want to get closer with God, I'm come to my church. It's pretty cool. I love that. I like how everyone's very welcoming to new people. They new activities, and they have a very open mind. That is one thing I do really like.